How does aggregate supply impact economic dynamics? Imagine walking into a bustling marketplace where the prices of goods are constantly changing. This vibrant scene is a reflection of aggregate supply, a key player in macroeconomics. Aggregate supply represents the total amount of goods and services that businesses are willing to produce at various price levels. Understanding how this concept interacts with economic dynamics is essential for grasping the bigger picture of business cycles and macroeconomic equilibrium. At its core, aggregate supply is the relationship between price levels and the quantity of goods produced. When prices rise, businesses often respond by increasing production. This is especially true in the short run, where higher prices can motivate firms to supply more. However, if the costs of inputs like wages or raw materials increase, production may slow down, leading to a decrease in aggregate supply. Aggregate supply is also a significant factor in business cycles. During periods of economic growth, the upward-sloping aggregate supply curve indicates that as prices rise, businesses ramp up production. This can lead to an expansion in the economy. Conversely, during economic downturns, a reduction in aggregate supply can worsen recessionary conditions, making recovery more challenging. The interaction between aggregate supply and aggregate demand is vital for determining macroeconomic equilibrium. This equilibrium occurs at the point where the aggregate supply and demand curves intersect, setting the price level and output level for the economy. When aggregate supply shifts, it can impact this equilibrium, influencing overall economic activity. Technological advancements and productivity improvements can shift the aggregate supply curve to the right. This means that more goods and services can be produced at each price level, contributing to economic growth without causing inflation. For example, when new technologies are adopted, businesses can produce more efficiently, leading to increased output. Government policies also play a role in shaping aggregate supply. For instance, subsidies can lower production costs, encouraging businesses to increase supply. On the other hand, higher taxes can raise costs and reduce aggregate supply. These policies can have a direct impact on the economy's overall health and growth potential. In practical terms, understanding aggregate supply is crucial for assessing the effects of monetary and fiscal policies. Central banks use monetary policy tools to influence aggregate demand, but they must also consider how changes in aggregate supply will affect the economy. Similarly, fiscal policies, such as government spending and taxation, can alter input costs and production incentives, further impacting aggregate supply. In summary, aggregate supply is a fundamental component of economic dynamics. It influences price levels, production decisions, and overall economic activity. By grasping how aggregate supply interacts with business cycles and macroeconomic equilibrium, we can better understand the forces shaping our economy.